The Basshole podcast is sponsored by BlueChew. That's right, BlueChew. Have better sex with BlueChew. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, BlueChew is offering a combo so strong, it's going to knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. You're going to have to move towns with the amount of noise that you're going to be making. Introducing BlueChew Max. It's arrived, it's here, and it combines all the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable tablet. That's right, one tablet. This combo acts fast and it lasts. And you can get your first month free by going to BlueChew.com and using the promo code BASSHOLE at checkout. That's right, just pay $5 shipping for your first month. That's BlueChew.com, promo code BASSHOLE for your first month free. Now, let's meet some bassholes.
What is Podcasting from Basshole Studios in Los Angeles.
What time is it?
It's Basshole with Doug Bass.
Asshole, major asshole.
We've all been one. So let's laugh about it. Now, here's your host, Doug Bass.
He's an asshole. I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Basshole Show. My name's Doug Bass. Thanks for joining us here on the program. Don't forget to follow our Instagram at Basshole Show and YouTube channel. Go there for the full video experience. We're looking forward for you to checking out all the episodes that we have up there. I'm excited for our show today. We have comedians Gary Cannon and Nicole Tran in the studio today. Guys, how are you? Thanks for coming in.
You get right into it. I love it.
We get right into it.
First of all, let me just say this studio looks beautiful. Love it.
Wow.
Very elegant.
Wow. Well, all right, well, I'm waiting for the insult.
No, there's no insult. But, well, here comes the insult. When I was checking in, I don't know if you noticed this, but there is a directory, right, where you call the button and they buzz you in. And it's literally doctor, lawyer, dentist. And then it says Basshole Productions. It's like, I don't...
Order the plastic bag. Look like he collects it from Walmart.
I know. I'm surprised that they approved me putting that on the the office
and
marquee.
even on the office door it says Basshole Productions.
It does. Yeah,
And the ASS is highlighted, which is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure they were going to be okay with that, but they didn't.
You have to get permission for that. You have to just kind of.
I mean, that's the name of my company, Basshole LLC. So
sure.
I mean, it's legit. It's not like I'm like pulling a prank on the office or something. You know?
Right.
I don't know.
But it just to see that on the registry. Yeah.
It's catchy, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure other people that come in here for business are probably like, the hell kind of porn studios in here?
Looks great.
Yeah.
What is that? What I want to see.
I know, right? Nicole, how are you doing? Thanks for coming
Fabulous.
in. Yeah?
I drove all the way from Koreatown. I supposed to make you and Gary some egg rolls.
Oh, yeah. You're going to bring us egg rolls,
Yeah,
you
egg
said?
rolls later in the improv.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're going to bring them there later?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you guys go there.
Then you make them from scratch?
But my mother, my mother gave it to me.
Wow. What kind of egg rolls? Is it vegetable, pork? What is it?
Pork. Very,
Pork.
very tasty.
Do you like egg rolls?
I'm not
Gary?
even I love them, but I'm not even going to be there later. So Doug will have to bring mine back.
I wasn't planning on going either, but now I guess I have to.
Yeah, those do sound pretty good.
Show up for these egg rolls now. Yeah.
Are they the thin ones, thicker ones? What are they?
Thin one.
Thin.
Yeah, homemade. So it had got to be the best ingredient from Costco. Everybody should buy stuff from Costco and make Asian food.
You ever have
Really?
any of the egg rolls stored in your nightstand in case it's a lonely evening and you get a little like,
Basically, we just I ate one of my mother makes
Yeah.
all the time.
Now that's one thing I've always known. I've done we've done a couple shows together. You've done my show. You always bring gifts for people.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's like your signature trademark style. Almost.
That's why very popular.
Yeah.
That make people remember.
When did you start doing that?
That's my personality.
All your life, you've always brought people.
I'm
gifts?
a middle child, so I love attention.
Yeah.
I'm basically my mother only pay attention to the oldest one and the little one, so I become basically neglected. So when I go to school, I say, look at me, look at me, look at me. So I get attention.
All right.
So I become very popular by
bearing
being.
bearing gifts, and people remember that. And they
when I
love
was
it,
middle school, high school in Vietnam, I instantly become popular because I'm caring and then giving. Because I want the attention I never have in my family.
Mm-hmm. So you're from Vietnam.
Vietnam
originally. Yeah. How long did you grow up there?
I grew up there.
Yeah. How long? When did you move to America?
I moved here in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you go back to Vietnam? You have family back there?
Never. It was a very sad Vietnam War.
Yes.
Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So I never want to go back
You
there.
ever do voiceover work?
I was thinking of going there on a vacation. Do you suggest that at all or no?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
For vacation, you go to Ha Long Bay, you go to Đà Lạt, you go to eat phở, you go to eat chả giò, bún nướng, chả ram, bánh cuốn. Everything is good.
But you just
White
said it
guys-
wasn't. You just said it wasn't good.
But she doesn't want to go back there because she grew up
It's a
there.
traumatic.
Oh, I see.
Traumatic
Because my
for
dad
her.
was taken away by the
Oh,
war.
there it is.
So it's a sad for my
It's
family.
sad for you to go back. Bad memories. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
How long of a flight is that from LA to?
It's like Asia, like Philippines.
Yeah.
Where you sit
like
there
my-
for white guys love there.
They
They
do.
go, you go love 16 hours. I've to here to Europe 9 hours. I'm already
It's 16 hours, right? Or 19 hours or something
yeah
like that?
to the
longer.
Philippines 14.
Well, aren't you going?
Yeah,
You're
the
going
same
there?
thing.
Yeah.
You're going to, what, this weekend, next week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sunday. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
Isn't
Are
it
you,
excited.
are you
fun?
excited?
Yeah.
Have you ever been anywhere like exotic like that?
Nah, not really. No, it should be fun.
Because you travel a lot for comedy, but you don't really
Yeah,
you don't
but
really
not-
get out of the country much, do you?
And not to just kind of relax. So
Yeah.
that'll be nice.
That'll be nice.
Yes. But it's so typical because I never ever get auditions for anything, right? Yesterday I did an
big
audition for
movie.
a Verizon commercial.
Oh wow.
And if it films next week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, of course,
Always. That
yes.
always happens.
Haven't heard a thing in the last 6 months, and all of a sudden,
The 2 times I booked commercials over the years of being in LA was I literally landed in New York to be there for like a week, and then I had to come back for like for a fitting. So every time you want to leave is when you book some kind of acting.
there's
work or something.
never anything happening. It has been so quiet, and all of a sudden, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm
Well,
excited. I would
see,
love
yeah.
to do it, but
Yeah.
you're also planning around everything. Yes.
No, of course. Well, you got to live your life also.
Of
is
course.
what I've come to realize after all these. I mean, you just have
Yeah.
to. There's always a show. There's always an audition
Always something.
or
Yeah.
something. You know?
Oh, now I have a catchy phrase for Gary. If you ever
Go
have a podcast, you say, I got booked. I got booked.
I got booked.
I
got
got booked.
Oh, interesting. Put that on the T-shirt. Yeah.
Gary, do you sell merch at your show?
No, no,
No?
I will tell you this. This is the funny thing from years ago. I had a T-shirt with my face on it. It was like a caricature, and it just had my name or whatever on it. And I brought a bunch to Vegas, thinking that I was going to make a bunch of extra money because the club wasn't paying anything. I was working at the Riv, and I brought 30 shirts, different shapes, sizes. And I sold like a couple the very first show. And I was like, we're cooking with gas here. And I just remember nothing else. And there is nothing more embarrassing than packing up the merch tray, putting it in your luggage, and hauling it back to your room after having sold nothing.
Yeah.
And I see these guys all the time. The worst is when you see comics at a showcase show when there's like 15 other comics. And they're literally doing 6 minutes, and they're selling merch after that 7-minute set. It's like, guys, come on.
I've tried to sell merch at the Basshole Show on the road. Like we got hats and some hoodies and
Yeah,
stuff
if
like
you
that.
go to a road gig, you should do it. I hustle.
but it's still hit or miss because it's like I've gone where like I've carried all the stuff to wherever and then either like 2 people bought something where it's like because they felt bad maybe and then you have a whole thing that you're carrying around or or it's like a bunch of people want them and then you didn't bring enough and then you're like I don't have any more. I only brought like 5. Sorry.
It's got to be the ultimate piece of merchandise, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're selling shirts or sweatshirts, you got to have the capability of having every size.
Or you got to be famous, and then they'll just buy anything.
They don't care what it is.
They don't care.
But
Yeah.
but right, what is it? Is it a bumper sticker that's easy to
Well,
travel with?
I think it comes down to like having something that's easy to travel with. Like it's either squishable where you can jam 50 of them in a corner of a bag somewhere, or it's flat like a sticker or something like that. Yeah.
There was a comic years and years ago. I can't remember the guy's name, but maybe it was Bruce Baum or somebody. This was years ago, and he sold
Bruce
these.
Baum, I know him.
Remember
He's
Bruce
funny.
Baum? Yeah,
Very funny.
He would sell these glasses with fake eyeballs in them. That was his thing.
Oh yeah.
Sold millions of these, and I remember one night. This is a story, maybe an urban legend, but he was out there selling them, and somebody comes up and says, "Oh my God, you must make a ton of money selling these things." And he's like, "I make millions selling these," and it's all unreported. And I guess the guy was with the IRS. I don't know how true the story is, but I guess he was then caught and had to repay. But it was really a funny
Jesus, that
story. Maybe it
sucks.
could be BS, but That was a story.
Well, that's what I
heard.
mean. Yeah, most of it's like cash or like, Gee, you imagine getting audited for fake eyeballs.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Nicole, do you sell merch when you go
Yeah,
on
I
the road?
love
Yeah.
it. My cousin Bing Bing, that's my trademark.
I
And
was
my
gonna
favorite
bring
people.
that up. Yeah, your cousin Bing Bing.
My favorite people that love to buy is Latino man and white man. Like, even though I do shithole, I can make few $100 easy. I say, I love white man. Do you have money to buy my merch? Exactly, you said. I talk cute. I say something. Instead of tipping me, instead of spend money on beer, you should have my merch, cousin Bing Bing, to buy for your blue-eyed girlfriend, green-eyed honey.
That's one of your cousin Bing Bing, right? And then your friend Ding Dong, right? Wasn't that another one of your jokes?
And then how a white guy is, I feel say, okay, I buy your merch. And then Latino man too. To my favorite group to sell, buy a lot for me, Latino man and a white man.
Yeah. Now, like Nicole, your like delivery is like one of a kind in like your sets that I've watched, and you have a very specific style. How did you come up with your style? Was it?
I learned it. And naturally funny is my style. I told you, I'm a middle child, so I was very bubbly and very social butterfly, like a big flirt. So I developed my stage persona, like, look at me, like me.
And
I love white guys, and
yeah,
I
you always
develop.
every time you come to the improv, you're always like, oh, blue-eyed white guy.
That one
They're-
make me very popular because
Yeah.
it's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now,
If
do
all
you-
the comics say it, it won't be that funny.
but is that in real life? Is that your type? Is that
yeah,
is that
my
you try to
type.
date?
Yeah, only date
Yeah?
blue. Yeah.
Only date white guys with blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Asian girl love white guys. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't have any fetish. It's not like I'm the only Asian girl like white
That is
guy.
true. A lot of Asian women prefer
Because you
white
guys
men.
are
right?
nice.
Why is that? Because we're
Because
nice.
you guys are good looking, and you guys share with us your privilege and money.
Oh,
That's why
there
we
it
love
is.
us. You guys very generous
It all
to
comes
us.
out in the wash.
I have a children entertaining job, like a job.
Mm-hmm.
And after I make things for the children. I teach ADHD children to be like relaxed, to be calm. After the show, just white guy just give me like 100, 200 easy.
just yeah, really.
Yeah, because
they just tip you like that. Yeah.
they tip me generously,
Yeah. Well,
and
that's
they have
good.
they.
Hey, if
I,
you can
I
work the
carry
system,
art.
do it.
I carry art supplies, and all the coaches just stare at me, and nobody help me. White guys just come and help me. Is there anything I can help you? You want some water? You want some food? You want? So it did make me feel good. So I start. I'm very well educated. I have a master's degree. So I said maybe this is the Western culture. Teach white guy to be nice.
Right.
So my sister said the same thing. So I like white guy. I like to work with white guys. They nice to us.
Well, that's good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Gary, what
Can
are
I
your
ask
thoughts
a
on
question, if it's okay? So, by the way, I've known about you and your act and how funny
Mm.
you are for a long time, but I think I first saw you on Kill Tony, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Kill Tony.
Can you tell me how that process was and what it helped you with after it was all said and done?
You know, I'm genuine and sincere. I don't even know who fame it is. And I just walk on the street and say, hey, man, blue-eyed white guy, blue-eye, hey, what you doing, man? You have a show for me? I'm just hustle, and I say, like, hey, you have stay time for me? I just happened to bump into Tony Hinchcliffe, and he said, hey, well, what you doing? And I came in Q Tony. I didn't know what they doing. I'm from Bay Area, and I didn't know what the big scene here. I just said, what's everybody doing here? Can I get on your show? And the way I behave is so unique. It's so I just laugh and
then they
Tony,
they loved you on that
Nick,
show, right?
Yeah, Tony said, why don't you come back here, tell a joke? So I come back and say, is there besides joke, can you do anything? I said, I can sing. So after that, he said, okay, I give you a golden ticket for my show. And that show was very big in
Golden
Comedy Store.
ticket, does that mean you can come back whenever you want?
One
Like,
of the one
really?
I got right on the first show, Tony gave it to me.
This is when he was in LA at the comedy store.
Yeah, Comedy
right?
Store
Yeah.
back in 2016, something.
So how many times do you think you appeared on it? Do you know?
I did it like 20 times.
20 times.
Yeah,
wow.
I did a lot.
That's great.
I did big stage.
Yeah.
I did Austin.
Did you go back when they moved to the mothership?
I
you
did.
Been back?
I went back there, but now I'm seeing them here. The cost of traveling is so expensive.
Mm.
When I moved there, when I came there, when I still in Bay Area,
Right.
So I
but you
live
were
with
li-
my
you were living
family
up
at a
there.
house. I didn't have to pay rent. So I were able to. Now I can't do anymore. I have to pay my own rent here. So
Have you thought about going to Austin for like a period of time and trying to do a bunch of Kill Tonys or something like that?
that's why I'm telling you that I'm stuck because I have to.
Yeah.
I don't pay. I have to pay
You
rent.
have to pay rent now.
So-
yeah.
so
yeah.
the-
Has it helped your comedy career being on that show? As far
A
as
little bit.
as far as like
it made
booking,
me
and-
very.
have you been able to book more road gigs and that kind of stuff at clubs or anything like that?
Not really. I reach out to people to book me, but I'm going to have my own podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will help
See, I think
me.
you should go back to Kill Tony though now because I think there's some of these comics that are on there that are brand new, maybe a month
Yeah.
or two in, and they're killing it, or at least on that show.
Seems like it,
And
yeah.
then they get booked at clubs for a weekend, like doing an hour, even though they probably don't have one.
But you know what? The thing is, like, it's a become male dominant
It
thing.
has.
So
It
they-
has. Yeah. But you would stand out. I mean, obviously Tony loves you, and the whole crew over there thinks you're hysterical, which you are. And I think you can get back on there and make if you can budget like going out there for like a week or two. I think I think it would be beneficial for you again. Especially at the height of Kill Tony right now.
And by the way, how does that work? I'm curious. Should you get this golden ticket, right? Let's say you want to go back and you want to do another Kill Tony, say in August. Is there somebody you reach out to that then you coordinate the exact date that you go do it, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Is there any?
You just show up.
Yeah, I just show up, or I text Tony.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have his contact. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think you should go back. You gotta go. I mean,
You were so memorable on
especially
it.
it's like the
Yeah, make me very, very famous.
Yeah.
Now I just go to the coffee shop, and then I turn back. And even white guy, very young, they hit on me, and they invite me to go to the restaurant. I thought they just being friends. They said, "No, I love you, Nicole. Do you know me? You want a boyfriend, girlfriend?" I said, "Boyfriend, girlfriend." I don't know. I did Asian culture. I just eat lunch with you like a friend. There's no such thing. Eating lunch become girlfriend, and that happened to me. So I don't know.
Well, I think you gotta
blonde.
go. I think you gotta go back because like now they're doing like Madison Square Garden. They're on Netflix. Like,
They put all the
gotta-
famous people.
I know,
like,
but
if you're not famous,
But that could be you though if you go back and spend a little more time there. I think especially since you have an in. I mean, why not?
I'd be down there in 2 seconds.
I hope to see. Have you ever done that show, Gary?
No.
No.
I didn't even realize how big it was.
now they book
Till it moved.
Jeff Ross, they book all of the
Yeah.
famous comedy store people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, exactly.
they book Pauly Shore, they book.
Now, do you ever do any crowd? Gary is known for a lot of his crowd work and roasting the audience and stuff like that. do you ever do crowd work at all, or do you stick to your?
I stick to jokes, but right now I learned roast. I practice at comedy store. I took classes with Jeff, with Greg, and he taught me how to do roast. So I started getting on it.
Yeah. Well, everyone seems to be into roast battle now. Have you done a
But
roast battle?
I haven't done it before. I judged one, and
Yeah.
it was fun. I did it with Steve Byrne and a couple other people at the Comedy Store. This was years ago, and I remember it was going great. Everything was good, and then I started to get a little too drunk, and I started to get a little too cocky, and I said something, and the whole audience turned against me. And they were
Really?
like, F you, F you, F you. It was funny, but I think the alcohol kicked in, the ego kicked in, and I thought I can just keep pushing and pushing, and it just didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
The problem with the roast battles now is I think if you look at it, they were great for a period of time, right?
I've never done one.
Yeah, I don't know, but you watch them and they're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I think that whole niche is almost overdone now, right? Because you look and it's two people, they're reading from their phones. It's the same kind of bada boom, bada boom. There's nothing.
Well, yeah, it's like the two friends are supposed to go up and do it against
Right.
each other,
But it's a very good skill to have.
It is a skill to have, yeah, and it's
Like-
it's mean as fuck, but yeah, it's like I don't know.
No,
it's
I
like,
think it's funny, not
it's,
mean.
well, yeah. I guess it can be
I
mean.
used to think when I first started my career, I thought it's mean, but I think it's very fun to do it because when I got on Q Tony, but people actually roast me, and I were able to say lie back, so make it very funny.
Have you guys? I'm gonna ask you some comedian questions right now. Have either one of you ever stolen a joke by accident or on purpose? I don't know if you'd want to admit to it, but even coming up, like as a new comic,
No,
like
I will
learning the ropes. that
I
kind
will
of thing.
say this: there were times when I had to fill time, whether it was maybe like a corporate gig or doing some stuff on a cruise ship, and I knew I just didn't have a lot of time or clean material. I would ask a friend who is very close to me if I could borrow some of his jokes just to fill the time.
Right.
And he was all for it.
Right.
He said, absolutely. He said, you do what you do to survive.
Right.
Especially for a corporate gig where it's
Well, I
just
think-
not a regular
yeah.
comedy crowd. Who cares? Just get through it.
Do you think that there's some of those like universal jokes that are like, I mean, like they've been floating around for a while, like a cruise ship thing where like someone's making fun of the the food on the ship.
Well,
or
look
whatever.
at
I don't know,
first of all, yeah, you go on a cruise ship. It's very much plug and play. The
Right.
buffet,
right,
just
bathrooms,
the bathrooms,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff.
It's like it's not an original concept. But
Well, by
it's
the
like,
way,
yeah.
if you saw the viral video that went out today about the Coldplay concert,
Oh, yeah, I
and
saw
that
yeah.
couple
That
that was
couple.
obviously having an affair, I literally saw 3 comics write the same joke, and the joke was, "Who would have thought that Coldplay would do crowd work?"
Right.
I literally saw that on 3
Right.
comic feeds. So,
right. So,
look at-
that's like that's the story of the day and the week, and then by next week, no one will care about it. You know what I mean?
nobody will care. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, at the end of the day, what jokes are easy to do? Everybody, and I'm guilty of it. Everybody does a joke about Spirit Airlines. Everybody does a joke about this. It's like it's easy.
Well, it's good. Yeah, I mean, like like a Spirit Airlines thing. Like I had a joke like that for a while that I did Spirit Airlines. But I made it about like my ex-wife or whatever, so it's a little personal, but also like, yeah, using a Spirit Airlines as a reference, like you go to whatever club and around the country, everyone's going to be able to relate to that
course.
scenario as the cheap fuck airplane.
But
airline.
even doing cruise ships, when I did them, most people that are on those ships have no idea that joke is unoriginal or a little bit hacky. Again, you can't have somebody who's doing these brilliant scientific monologues on those cruise ships. They're there to just drink
Yeah.
and move on to the next location.
Right.
It's your job to make them laugh. And if not, they're going to go complain to the guest services department that you were bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
It happens.
But
yeah.
I think crowd work must be something very interesting, funny, or not just like where you from. Was you two married? Do you how old? Where do you work?
Right.
You
Well,
know,
that's how it always starts out, right? Like the crowd work. Like you're a master at this, so it's like when you start doing crowd work.
I think they're just stupid and they just funny and it just doesn't make you stand out or anything.
You got to have somewhere to know where you're going with it, right? Like when you start asking the audience like,
Yeah.
questions.
I think for me, I don't care what the answer is, and I'm just going to jump out as quickly as possible after the answer. Like I don't care.
You kind of cut them off.
I cut him
right?
off, so
Yeah.
it's not. I could care, but Gary Goldman has this great thing when he took the stage for his last special. He said, "You don't have to worry about me asking you guys any questions." He's like, "I don't give a shit about any of you. Like I don't care where you're from." But the problem is now, and you see this so much. I think everybody is looking for that viral clip,
Yeah.
right? So everybody's going to post every single piece of crowd work just because they want it to go viral.
Well, that's
They
the thing.
see
It's
the results
like
of it.
yeah, it's like you can't steal crowd work material really. I mean, it all starts off kind of the same. Like, where are you from? What do you guys do? Are you guys who's in a relationship? You know,
Sure.
and then from there, you gotta like put the puzzle together and figure it out and pull something out, or maybe something organically crazy happens. And everyone's filming these crowd work moments instead of their material now because
There's so many. I think people like Mark Norman, Jessica Kierson, like some of those people.
Matt Rife
Ian
does
Bagg,
specials just off the crowd. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't agree with people who think crowd work is this cheap form of getting out of doing stand-up. I think there is a
No,
kind
I
of
think
an art to it.
there's an art. I mean, it's
Yeah.
improvisation. It's yes-anding.
Yeah,
and it-
improvisation,
yeah.
but you do a certain way, not like the whole set is all about crowd work.
No.
So what the point of doing stand-up? Stand-up is all about jokes. I think if you add it in for the charm of improvisation, is sometimes you have to speed up your the crowd a little bit
Yeah.
slow. You do that interaction a little bit,
I
but
mean,
you don't base on that the whole
No,
thing.
yeah. And I'm a fan of. I mean, I come from like an improv acting
Mm.
background. Starting off, but then, yeah, like going into stand up, I'd say like crowd work is always something improvisational that was fun, or able to just talk to the audience, interview them, that kind of thing. And that's kind of like why I like doing this kind of stuff.
Impromptu.
Yeah.
That's why I study. I used to be a public speaker called impromptu speech.
Mm.
That's pretty good. It keep you on the feet spontaneously.
Here's what I noticed. When I started comedy years and years ago, and I didn't do crowd work, I was just doing material, there were comics that were brand
You have
new.
material?
Not really. You know better than I do. There were comics that had nothing, right?
Yeah.
And they would get booked to go do 30 minutes on the road. And they probably had 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And their fallback, they would always say, I'll just fill the time with crowd work, as though it were nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That it was that easy and that they could pull it off. And it's just, there's nothing worse. Listen, I've seen this so many nights where you're trying to dig for stuff and there's nothing there. And you better be ready to pull it right back in and start going back to material. Now, then
You have to have something in your back pocket.
of course.
Ready, yeah.
And then there might be a moment where you're sweating bullets and then you ask somebody what they do for a living. And there's that just diamond in the rough that you're like, this is going to bring the whole show right back.
But that's like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's like every like fourth show, maybe, or something
Yep,
like that.
it doesn't
you know what I
happen.
mean?
So you better be ready. But there is that arrogance from comics that I'll just do crowd work. I'll just do that. It's not.
No. People pay to do an
they
art
they
of
want-
storytelling or jokes. You know, but crowd work, something, it may work if the crowd is not into it. You say, hey, what you lawyers? Oh, you should go and sit with that one. Look like security guard. Hey, you need to put something. You need to mix and then go back to the joke.
You got to have the right, mixology of both things. I think,
Again,
you
the
know?
guy that you did Kill Tony with, Harland Williams, he's a master of it.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah.
just really, and he's comfortable if it's not working. He's comfortable dying on the vine, and he's just great. But I think if you watch social media now, all those videos, because it's such a low capacity for people's attention span, everybody's looking for that viral video.
Well, it's
Everybody.
all about the clips. And Gary,
Well,
you don't film your
Harlan
clips, do you?
is with popular with Q Tony now.
Yeah. Everyone's posting. You need to post your clips to Instagram or your bits or your material, whatever.
I don't.
You
I
don't
mean,
do it, though.
No, I don't. Maybe I'm just older and too tired.
Yeah.
It's a different generation.
It's a
It's hard
different-
to keep up with. It's like you literally have to film every show that you do and then go home and
Edit,
then go through
edit.
and then post together a 30-second thing.
I mean, listen, I remember the last time, this was a couple years ago, I worked with Pete Lee, and Pete he would set up a camera on stage. He would have a GoPro behind him. He would have just to catch the reaction of the audience. And, because again, you're just trying to clip it together in hopes that there is that moment that night where you can grab something and post it. But it just, again, maybe
But you probably got to film
tons
10, 15 shows to maybe get like one clip that's worth putting up or
to
something
get the
like that.
content where you're like, oh my gosh, this was great.
Right, exactly.
Because you don't know, and you're
You don't
setting
know.
it all up, and you gotta. I mean, whenever even you work with these guys, they have a full-on tech crew that follows them. I mean, it's
you gotta have a production team.
So if you want to go that route and pull it off, it's the way to do it.
That's a big expense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Film your clips, right? And you put them up.
I put
yeah.
the phone, just put the phone and I put on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, you might as well. Yeah. I mean, because it's like, if anything, it gets people watching and following you. Because now it's all about TikTok. How many TikTok followers you have? Then that's how you get booked at some of these
Well,
places.
that's the clubs. That's what they want. They
know.
want that. They want
Look at the improv.
100. How often are you on the road? I'm so curious, like your schedule.
Yeah, I'm originally from Bay Area, so sometime Bay
That's
Area
where I
book
started
me.
stand-up.
Oh, do you from there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you guys meet up there? When you met here, no?
No, you started after me. Yeah.
Oh, that's why you know Bomb. That's why you know all of the. No, I'm started much younger than him.
Yeah.
So I start longer.
Well, I thought maybe you guys
Yeah, he
would
started
cross
before
paths.
me.
But you guys met here in L.A.
Yes.
no? Yeah.
Yes. But I started the
So
Punchline
you know
Cops.
Jeff Upper Bomb. You know all of the
Course.
guys. So he don't know. So
Yeah, Larry Bubbles Brown, all those guys.
Larry, funny.
It's funny. San Francisco's a great town to get started in, but you don't want to end up
That's what I've
there.
heard.
No, but the thing is, like with San Francisco, like everybody think they big, and they make fun of me when I come over
Really?
here. Yeah.
Why? Because you're in LA.
No,
now?
because they think, oh, LA, you don't have to say time. San Francisco, where people big. I say, okay, San Francisco is famous for movie.
Well, here's what I heard when I lived in San Francisco. This was years ago. I heard they would tell you, other comics would tell you, don't move to LA unless you were featuring at both clubs in town, the two A clubs. So that meant you were going in the middle. You were doing that 30-minute spot in the middle. And then you kind of start processing it to yourself. And you're like, these are other comics that are telling you this. And then when you get to LA, you realize it's not about a 30-minute set. It's about
Ready.
who can do
No, you're
7 to
funny.
10 minutes.
Well, it's always like, I mean, it comes with anything. It's like, I mean, even as an actor, like people are like, oh, don't move to LA yet until you have your SAG card and, you have
Yeah,
a
no,
couple,
no,
you have
that's
a
what I
couple
meant.
co-star
Like,
roles
get
booked
ready.
and stuff like that. But it goes for anything, actor, comedian. It's like you just move here. You never know. I mean, something
Right.
can hit and then something can not hit in San
No,
Francisco
it
or Ohio
helps
or
me
wherever.
too because I'm already popular.
Yeah.
So that I move here. So
Right.
it helped me get booked. Otherwise, I would have just ended up like.
Doing the same
Yeah.
rooms all the time. Yeah.
But I think, in fairness, you're moving from San Francisco or you're moving from Seattle or somewhere else. You're moving from a small town that you're a big fish in to coming down to LA where nobody cares about you. You're
Yeah.
standing back
No
in
one
line.
cares. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I understand why people don't want to do it, and we both probably know guys that haven't left the Bay Area and are stuck in their cushion. But I think that you just got to give it the risk. Can always go back to the Bay
and then
Area.
they start making fun. They start acting
Well,
big when I
because
go back.
first of all, they're jealous of that they're probably never going to leave San Fran or whatever city. They're never going to take the risk or the leap to try it. So yeah, again, they're comfortable in their little zone, you know. So like, yeah.
But the thing is, like,
jealous, though.
they come here, they act like they big. None of them have credit, and you in Bay Area, if you book them, they will tell you, pay me $200, pay me $300, and that's why some of the clubs over there they start booking LA comics because LA comic doesn't open. They have credits, but they don't say give me 100, give me 200, give me. You know, so they told me.
Yeah.
They start booking LA comics.
Well,
I am a little shocked. I always find this fascinating when I meet comics that live in LA. They live in LA, and you don't know them, but they're on the road all the time, and they don't work one club in LA. They're not passed at one club, and you were like, wouldn't you want to work at least one? Wouldn't you want to at least call one club your home?
Yeah.
Where you don't feel. And I have friends that I've invited many times. Hey, come hang at the Improv. They just won't because you can tell that they don't feel comfortable having done comedy 25 years and they don't work at any club.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I mean, like I could say, like if they're a veteran comic, they've been on the road doing it a while, and either they're not passed or they are passed and they just don't get booked there at the home club anymore. I mean, I know a lot of people have passed at certain clubs and they don't get booked, you know, because they're either older or not relevant or they're just not on the rotation or whatever. So that's frustrating and annoying, I can imagine, you know. Not being able to.
But I also think if you're a cruise ship guy, right? You go, you do the cruise, pays decent, pays better than a club, right? You don't have to go out and do any promotion. It's all done for you. You're performing for thousands of people.
Right.
But yet there's this illusion that you're actually gaining fans when you leave the ship, and that never happens. It just anybody who thinks that they're cultivating fans on a ship, so when they end up back in Sarasota, they're going to sell at a theater on land. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
I didn't do well in Sarasota. I did miserably there.
Sarasota?
Why?
Yeah, this is not my. This is one of the the second show I will like really bomb.
Yeah.
Really bad.
That's your worst bomb. That's your
worst.
Sarasota?
I never forget it.
No one laughed at any of your one-liners or anything.
The first club I got really bad is San Francisco, and the second one in Sarasota. Now you remember me and Miami. Oh my God. The people over there is not actually from Florida. They're from New York. They're from Morristown.
Yeah.
All white.
Yeah, well, my parents do that. They live in New Jersey and then they live in Florida half the year. So
I have experience doing like a lot of white crowd, but they just stare at me.
That's odd to me because I think white people would find your act hysterical because it's like you're poking fun at your culture a little bit. And as a white person, it's like we can't say that or be
right,
like
Nicole can.
But Nicole can, and like I think a lot of white people are like, oh, that's kind of.
But the thing is, like maybe I think that night people like dirty humor, and I'm a clean comic, so they just not into it. So as soon as the dirty comic got on, 5 of them they just start talking about sex.
And
people just laugh. It's crazy.
How much time do you have to do? How much time did you do?
I did 30 minutes, so
that's a long time if it's not going well.
Miserable.
Right?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of fake through 10, right? Yeah. And then it starts.
It's what a comedy special, and I were miserable.
Do you ever have if you've done 30 minutes that have gone horrible, right? Do you have something like in your back pocket that like if I'm doing crowd work, it's not working, and I can start doing material, it's not working, and I'm like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like, is there something in your back pocket, like whether it be, I don't know, some kind of like game or like game with the crowd,
no,
or
it was
a
a comedy
special
thing. So I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was a special. Yeah,
Well, that's more.
But there's got to be something like a hell gig that just like 30, 40 minutes that you have to fulfill. And nothing you're doing is working.
I think that's more of a audience warm-up thing. Yeah. Like if I'm doing warm-up. But if I'm doing
because you do that a lot too.
Yeah, so if I'm doing audience warm-up, you can start pulling that in. I mean, I don't know how many dance contests you could possibly do during a 4-hour sitcom. But I think, it's one of those things where if it's going badly, you just have to kind of focus. I mean, I remember I was just in Phoenix. doing like 30 minutes, and it was a late show Friday crowd. They were rowdy, not paying attention. And I think you just have to kind of focus on those who are having fun and hope for the best. I mean, and just keep looking at your watch and saying, okay, another 3 minutes has gone by. Keep going, and never let them know that you're upset. You just got to keep smiling through it and be like, this is great. I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the minute they start seeing you sweat, I remember when I just worked with Craig Robinson on the road, and I'll never do this again. I worked out right before the show. So I'm sweating, jump in the shower, get to the club. It is hot as hell at the club. The jokes aren't working. Now the audience sees me sweating because I just worked out. So they think, well, he's dying and he knows it and he's an amateur. But there's nothing worse than that.
Yeah.
So it's a combination, and I wasn't doing well, but it was the combination of the exercise and just not doing well.
Yeah, you
And
were
it's
out of your routine.
boring.
You were out of your routine.
And the minute a couple of drops of sweat fall from your, like, it's over.
they could tell. Yeah,
They can tell
They can
immediately.
tell,
Yeah.
Is there a gig that you guys have either been fired from? You ever get fired from a gig that you were too much, or like you didn't fulfill what they wanted, or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been plenty of those with warm up. I mean, in terms of like, yeah, I mean, there's just because they think that you know, and listen, I think for whatever reason, you're not the right fit for the show. You're either too aggressive, you're not. I've said this a million times. I wouldn't be the right person for, you know, maybe a daytime show like Ellen at the time or some other shows. I remember I was doing.
But you do daytime now, though. Don't
I
you?
do daytime now, but
this
it's a
is
little
different. Yeah.
different. Yeah,
Different
different
vibe.
host. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember one time doing a gig. I was doing warm up for Dancing with the Stars, and I was asking the audience where they were from, and some woman said, "We're staying at the Father's Daughter, which is the hotel right up the street on Fairfax." And I said, "Oh, that's an hourly hotel." And it gets a laugh, and somebody within minutes taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, you're being too dirty."
Oh wow.
And meanwhile, like minutes away from that warm up, the dancers are coming out half naked, dry humping each other, but I'm being too risque.
Yeah.
So it's just it's one of those things. You just don't know what they're looking for. And you know that all of the producers are backstage trying to figure out how to make this a better show.
Yeah.
And of course, it's always your fault that it's not going
That's
well.
a tough job, though, that you've mastered and cracked there, though. I mean, even the audience warm up, because like you do dance contests, you do material. I'm imagining that's PG or whatever.
Yes, based on the show. When I
then-
did Conan, you could be a little dirtier and swear a little bit.
Right.
But now daytime definitely has to be cleaner.
Yeah.
You can push it a little bit, but you're never.
Because then you give out like prizes and shit. Too,
Yeah.
right?
I got in trouble because I used to do shows where we had audience giveaways, and I would make fun of the giveaways for whatever reason, whether it was a trip.
That's a natural comedian instinct.
Of course it is,
Yeah.
right? But what you don't realize is that the person or the team that provided those gifts are sitting in the audience, and now you're dumping on the sponsor that has just given out thousands of dollars worth of gifts. There was a show that we gave away a $100 gift card to Breeze Airlines, which I didn't know what it was at the time. It was a small little airline that went back and forth to Boston or whatever. And I said, use the voucher in the next week because they're about to go out of business. And then I said the people from Breeze wanted to be here, but they couldn't find a flight. Audience is loving it. Very funny. I get a text message. We want to see you in the control booth after the show. And I have no idea what it is. And they said, they're sitting right there.
Yeah,
and you're
they're pissed.
making fun of the product.
Yeah.
The audience loves it, but they're vested. I mean, they think that it's the best product ever.
Right.
And in fairness, they are giving it away.
They're giving it away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's hard to like turn that off, I would say, as a comic, right?
There's
So you
that.
get tapped on the shoulder saying, "Hey, don't do that again," or whatever. But then like the next show, you could screw up again for whatever reason.
It
you know?
is so hard
Yeah.
to keep that locked in.
Yeah.
But you realize I have to. I
Right.
can't.
Yeah, it's a
It's
good job.
not worth
It's worth
jeopardizing. If it's a one-off and if it is what it is, right?
Right.
But you can't ruin that. Yeah, there was we gave away one time everybody in the audience got free passes to a water park in Texas for whatever reason. And I said, guys, the great news is this water park only has 362 blackout dates, and gets a big laugh. Again, get called in. You can't do that. So you have to,
It's like getting called into the principal's office.
It's a comic reflex.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really
Yeah.
want to do it. The audience loves it. They're in on it.
Funny.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me take a moment just to talk about our sponsors. Speaking of sponsors and not making fun of them, BlueChew. Have better sex with BlueChew. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Did you know that, Gary? And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it's going to knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. That's right. Blue Chew Max has arrived, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable tablet. That's right. This combo acts fast and it lasts. So, guys, be ready when she needs it. You can get your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code BASSHOLE at checkout. Go to BlueChew.com and use the promo code BASSHOLE for your first month free. You're going to pay just $5 shipping, and it's going to come right to your door. You don't have to go to the pharmacy, deal with any of that awkward stuff with the pharmacists. You know, they're behind that little counter. It's already awkward when you get there. So it'll come right to your mailbox, and you don't have to worry about it. You're going to have the best sex of your life with Blue Chew. That's right. Gary, have you used Blue Chew before?
I have not. I've used similar.
Similar?
Similar.
Yeah. Nicole, are you
They
familiar?
work.
Do you know what Blue Chew is?
I went on a podcast with Polly, so everybody talking about Blue Chew, Blue Chew. At the end of the show, we have to say Blue Chew, Blue Chew, Blue Chew.
But you know what's
We're going to
crazy?
use that clip right there, Blue Chew.
I remember back in the day, this was years and years ago, where if you wanted like Viagra, right, you'd have to go see a urologist,
Oh, yeah.
and they would have to prescribe something to you,
Yeah.
and then
Well, it's a big
literally
deal. You'd have to get tests done and all this stuff.
have to get
you know.
tests done. They would finally give you maybe 10. The cost was through the roof. It
Yeah.
was just, I'll never forget. This was a long time ago, and I was dating this girl at the time, and we were sitting on a floor, and I had a Viagra in my pocket because I thought we were going to hook up later, and it fell out.
Oh.
It fell out of my pocket, and somebody
Did it say
found
Viagra on it?
It was obvious. It was the purple one or the blue one. The blue.
Yeah.
And somebody holds it up and says, "Whose is this?" And it was a big laugh, and we're all laughing. And then we go back to the girl's house, and we're both laughing that somebody, had that. And I'll never forget, we tried to have sex, and I couldn't perform because I was like, somebody threw it away, and it was literally
You needed
there.
it, yeah.
Needed it, yeah.
Yeah.
But now
right?
it's so easy to get without just anything, right?
It's and that's where Blue Chew comes in. It's
There it
like,
is.
You can, you do take a test online. You talk to a licensed pharmacist online, and you fill out the thing. And if you're approved, they will make sure that you get it. And then you'll have enough of it. You'll have a month's supply. So if you do lose one and falls out of your pocket, you won't be in the situation that Gary is in.
And I would have been able to perform that
Blue
night.
Exactly.
Chew, Blue
Yeah.
Chew.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks to our sponsor, Blue Chew.
Cousin of Viagra.
It's
different.
It's better than Viagra.
That's right.
It's a
Yeah.
And they're
Blue
helping
Chew-
pay
Blue
the
Chew
bill.
Max. Yeah,
Nicole, so
exactly.
we can't promote that other one.
Yeah, I don't even know what Viagra is.
I don't even. Let's see, Alice. There's no medication needed
Cialis.
there.
That's not even fun to say.
So Blue Chew is trendy now.
But yes,
Yeah.
Blue Chew is where it's at. Basshole. Use Basshole at checkout. Promo code Basshole. BlueChew.com. All right. All right. So where were we? So what gigs do you guys have coming up? Gary, you're always on the road.
Oh, well, let's see. Some stuff in town until the Jennifer Hudson show starts up in September.
When does that start again?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long hiatus. I mean, we left in April, and now we're back at the beginning of September. So, listen, I've said this many times. When that show's running, it's great. It's just a great gig, great people.
Is that every day
in town.
they film that?
No, 3 days a week, 2
Okay.
shows a day.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I can still go out, do shows, have a great time, off on the weekend. But the hiatus, because we filmed so much of it over 7-8 months and just knock it out and they air as we go. But yeah, we've just been off for a while. So
Yeah.
it's a matter of filling the schedule, trying to find stuff. And then
Did she take over Ellen's slot? No, who took over Ellen's slot? Anyone?
that was, I think, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah,
Right,
we had
right,
the
right.
same studio that Ellen had.
Oh, you do?
Yes, but
Over on
it's
Warner Bros? Yeah.
yes, it's
Yeah.
at Warner right at the front.
Did you guys sage that studio?
I think, but it is funny. It is a lot of the same people,
Yeah.
which is crazy because it's a great staff. But it's funny. Getting back to your point, where it's hard not to poke fun at stuff.
Yeah.
I was doing an auction, a charity auction. I was the auctioneer for a group that was helping young girls get money for scholarships.
Is that through Chuck?
No, different gig
all right.
through another company. And I'm there because I could have never done this if it were Chuck's because
Mm-hmm.
his are very serious. I remember going there, and it's a daytime event, and people, one of the items I was auctioning off was a trip to Puerto Vallarta, and somebody just said, what beach is this off of in Puerto Vallarta? And I said, what's your favorite beach? And they said this, whatever it was. I said, that's exactly where it's off of. And I said, and it was all lies, just because,
Right.
and they could tell at some point I was just trying to sell the stuff to make money.
Yeah, you've become a salesman.
I said, guys, I know that you've seen this resort on Dateline NBC, but don't worry. They've cleaned it up after the murders. It looks great. Like they've removed all the police tape. but you're just in this groove where you care more about getting laughs
No.
than you do about selling an item or what
especially
HR will
especially
see.
auctions, like that's a different animal. No?
It's a different animal. It's hard to do it without falling off the rails
Yeah.
and start goofing around because it's instinctively that's what you want to do.
Right.
You want to start, whatever it is, you got to keep it because it's serious. You're trying to raise money for a group.
But it's like, what are they? It's hard to say. Like when they hire a comedian to do these kind of gigs, whether it's an auction or whatever. Like,
right.
And you're making the crowd laugh and enjoy themselves, even if it's like, what do they expect almost?
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's an impossible gig almost.
But at some point, they hire you because they think you're an auctioneer first.
Oh, okay.
And a comic second.
And you have a sense of humor.
Yes,
as an auctioneer.
you're a warm up.
Yeah.
You're an audience warm up. Not. I think that audience warm up comic only falls into place if it's a late night show. Mm-hmm. That's it. If it's a crowd that is there to.
You're not doing like when you do auctioneers. You're not doing like the rambling of like that guy in the back 5,000, 2,000. Are you doing that kind of stuff?
No, not really.
Talking real fast. That
no,
kind?
I can't.
Yeah.
No, I mean
there are those are the guys that are like
Yes.
strictly auctioneers though, right?
They're very rhythmic.
Yeah.
They do like cattle auctioneers or like real estate auctions.
And those guys aren't doing jokes at all, probably.
No, it's
No,
very
it's
business.
No, it's all business.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just and you're probably selling hundreds of items over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen those guys. But yeah, I mean,
really quick.
I'd like to see Nicole do
How many
that.
do it? You want to do it? Do you want to do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They get 1, 2, 3, 4.
What are they even saying? Like Nicole could go up there and do that job.
well,
right?
Amir K's got that great joke where
yeah.
they're speaking so fast and he slowed down the video watching the guy. And
Right.
he's like, they're not even saying
They're
anything.
not saying anything.
They're just doing it to
Gibberish.
create just this energy in the room. That's all they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So, but
It's not
funny.
like the micro machine guy who used to talk real fast. Remember the
Yes.
little cars? Like that guy. Was that guy an
Well,
auctioneer?
I think so.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
but it's funny to that point where they'll say, okay, we have 20 minutes to do 6 live auction items. I'll be like, no problem. And then you're looking at your watch. It's like 45 because you're too busy screwing around. Right.
Yeah. Is that
so
one of
that's
those
the
things you just say like I can do it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
always lie, right?
Always.
Even if you haven't done it,
It's going to be great. And then you leave selling 1 of 6 items. Yeah. And you just walk away. You're just like, this was bad.
that's
And you
like the
just know-
comic that's like, we need you to do an hour. No problem. You
No
got
problem.
5 minutes.
I always do this too. Whenever I get an offer and they say the money's low and they want you to do like 45 minutes, you're always hoping that you get to the event. They're running late. So then all of a sudden your 45 goes down to 35.
Well, that's
It's a
interesting.
true story.
That's happened to me where like I got hired to do like some private birthday party in like Temecula once, and it was like they're like, we want you to do an hour, like on a lot of the dog walking stuff
Yeah.
and whatever, because people were dog people or whatever. And I brought like one friend with me, and they were gonna do like 15, and then I was gonna do like 45 or whatever. And then by the time we got started, the friend did like 10, and then I did like 25.
Yep.
And then they were like, okay, the barbecue guy's here, so we're gonna start eating. And it was like
the best.
literally we worked like maybe 35 minutes, and I was like,
I always do that. I don't really say a whole lot, but then you get there and you're like, hey, I don't know. Like I can see the crowd. Like I try to convince them that an hour is just not the right thing.
Yeah.
And it always starts late, and you always pull back on the time because then if they get you down to 35, you could do about 30, 28.
Yeah, start late.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's
yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah.
It's great.
Those gigs are good because like half the people are drunk.
Yeah.
And, like, they don't even care.
And
that
they
you're
pay
there.
really well.
They pay well, and they're just sitting there,
Yeah.
and they're more like making fun of the guy whose birthday it is or whatever, and that's fun. Yeah. Now, do you guys have any asshole stories? As far as Nicole, you want to share your asshole story? Has there been a time that you've been an asshole? You're a very nice person, and
Asshole?
your fashion is always
Always
on
good.
point. Too.
I wear
You always
just
have a
for white
different different outfit that always stands out, along with the gifts that you bring. But is there a time that you've been an asshole that's kind of humorous that you want to share?
Absolutely.
All right. What's something that you've done that would fall into the asshole category?
I was a middle school bully.
You were a bully?
I was a bully.
Really?
Like there's a boy in the school. He was naughty. He always go. His name is Thang, and
What?
my Vietnamese name is Khánh Linh. And there's another girl also Khánh Linh, and we team up together. When we grew up in Vietnam, we went to the school, and this boy is so. All he does is his little boys is sometimes they immature, and he's very curious about sexuality, girl puberty, and he starts saying nonsense thing in classroom, and it's a noise to my ears. and he always failed in grades. And he's a mama boy.
Mama's boy.
Mama boy is one of the worst, and he had loud mouth. And in Vietnamese, we have like the desk, and I was sitting right behind him, and he was sitting in the front. And in Asia, it's okay for during that time in the 90s, if you took out the ruler and started hitting people. Because
It's illegal now.
They do. I don't know if in America they do it, but in Asia they did it.
They did back in the 50s.
And so me and the other girls, they also from a well-off family. So we act very cute and we dress cute. So we told him, just sit here. And then as soon as he started saying something, and I told her, it's time to torture. And then I saw, bong, bong. And then the other go, bong, bong. And he's like, ouch. And then we keep hitting him. It was
So you
mean.
beat this kid, is what you're saying. Sort of.
Yeah, I was a kid too.
Yeah.
So, but he keeps annoying me. He keeps saying
How old
nasty.
were you?
I was, how old I am at that
10?
time? I was 9.
9?
8
Yeah.
or 9, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just wanted attention. But you know what?
That's the middle child syndrome. Of
course.
Right?
Middle
Yeah.
child syndrome. But the other girl also hit him. Like me and her, it's just like quiet. And then we're not happy enough. And he keeps saying nasty thing about girl puberty. And now she say, now we do it with the hands. So now I say, ping. And she go, ping. At the end, and he has
Bing
curly
bing,
hair.
is that what you would say?
Yeah. And then I go, boom, and then boom. And then he started crying, and we were not happy.
Yeah,
We're
but-
not satisfied over yet. But now, we said, now it's time to pull his hair. So
Oh. Man, you're torturing
And,
this
Holy.
kid. Jesus.
and now when we continuously do it for a couple of weeks, and not just one day.
Oh, wow.
And one day he couldn't deal with it anymore. But everybody boys they said, oh, he's a mama boy. He's go home and cry
He
with his
told on you
mama.
guys? Did he tell his mom on you guys?
One day I was in school, and then I suddenly hear, cái con nhỏ nào mà nó đánh mày đâu, mày chỉ mặt nó cho tao, tao tới tao sẽ tán vô mặt nó. And I was like, what the heck is going on?
I don't know.
Here come the big, like, jumpy or beast, like, all weight woman. And next to her is that boy. And he started pointing at me and say, that girl, mom, hitting me. So I started.
So the mom shows up?
She looked like a falcon. And like she showed up at the school. In Vietnam, we don't talk to principal. So before she went there, she even deal with me for say he pointed me because I the one who told the other girl.
They told the mom shows up, and then
She looked like a falcon coming in strong.
and no one goes to the principal. They don't deal with any of that shit. They just the
she
parents
want to
show up.
deal with me first.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
So what happens? She threatens you then?
I was horrified that day, and I stopped.
You stopped,
And then
yeah.
the other girl, she didn't see it. I saw it first, so I started running home. I said, now, why are you running home? And I said, did your mama teach you that? And then she started going to the principal and told the story. And they told.
So what happens then? Did you get in trouble? You get expelled or
No,
something?
and then
No?
the teacher just told me that we need to stop hitting him.
Yeah.
The mom already complained, but
Right.
she talked
But
to me
that was
nicely.
it. Yeah. And then did you just keep your distance from the kid afterwards? No more
And
torturing
then
him?
and no, he didn't do well in school. He didn't pass high school.
Well, because he was getting the shit kicked out of him
course.
all the time.
And then all he did is a fancy bicycle, come to school because his
Yeah.
mama spoiled him.
All right.
And I hated it because
that's an asshole. I mean, yeah, you were an asshole kid, right?
I was a middle child, didn't get attention.
You blame it on the middle child syndrome.
And he had everything that I dream of.
Oh, so you were jealous.
I
you
was
were out-
jealous, so I, like-
so you beat him up. Yeah.
Bicycle
Did you like him? Like, kind of have a crush on him? Is that why you were
You
doing
would
it?
think, right?
Yeah.
That would be the
No,
idea.
because he was curly hair, no, but
He wasn't blue-eyed white guy.
No, I don't like Asian.
You don't like
but they like curly hair, but he's cute. But he didn't do a good grade. He didn't
No.
study well.
No.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he turned out.
No, he was tormented. He was tortured. He was having.
And,
yeah.
but he couldn't even defend himself. He had to ask
Yeah.
his mama.
He was weak. He's a weak boy. You
And
don't.
she
Yeah.
came in and like she said,
Mama's
Mày
boy.
đánh con tao. Oh my God.
All right.
Hôm nay tao sẽ chỉ
All
tụi
right,
mày.
that's a good asshole story. You were an asshole kid, so that's good. And then you've matured, and now you've become the lovely
Only
comedian
that
you
event.
are. Yeah.
But I talked to only that boy. The rest of the boy, I'm nice.
The rest of
I'm
the boys
only,
are nice.
I'm
Just
only mean to
that one
boy.
kid really like
That was
yeah,
it.
yeah, that was it. He got to you somehow. I know, Gary, you have to go, and we're gonna wrap this up. Gary, you've been an asshole. I know.
Yeah,
that.
well, I will tell you, I have a quick one.
Yeah.
I had a comic ask if I could recommend them to the Comedy Magic Club, and I
yeah.
said, yeah, of course, and I didn't. And I went back to the comic and said, hey, Richard passed, said you weren't ready. And then this comic asked if he could come down and hang out with me, and I was like, oh, it's bad.
The same guy.
Same person. And I was like, yeah, why not? And then he had said to Richard something to the effect of why, not why, but hey, sorry you didn't like what I'm doing. I'm going to work on it. I'll send you a new tape. And Richard was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. So that I was clearly
So you
caught.
You got busted. Did he say something to you then?
No, I think he kind of knew. Like, I don't know why I was pretending to be the gatekeeper for the booker, but I was just
Right.
I was like, this guy doesn't.
Is that annoying? Do people ask? Like, does that annoy you when people ask you? Like,
It depends.
Can
If
you refer me? Or
Yeah,
can you get me on this gig
It
with
doesn't.
you or something?
It doesn't annoy me when I see people doing the work and
Yeah.
keeping busy, and I feel like. But it's the people that do literally nothing.
Yeah.
That literally just they are nowhere to be found. I see it all the time.
They want to
course.
they want an easy way in.
Yes.
And just kind of do whatever.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I
get that.
I got new comics like pretend to be my friends.
Oh, really?
And I
yeah,
get
yeah.
on. Yeah,
That
I got
happens
it.
a lot in this town, right?
Over and over.
Between and then when I found out this person trying to manipulate me to be booked, man, I had to go to open mics so many times in order to
Yeah. Well, you got to
test my
yeah,
jokes
you really,
and earn my credits.
right.
Yeah.
It really comes down to finding people you like to work with.
Yeah.
Trusting them. Sticking to your own, comedic wit and gut at the same time, and having fun. But really, it's a small circle when it comes down to it. And you got to keep those people close, and do your thing, like you've been doing, and Gary, you've been doing, and we all try to do.
I'm gonna have my podcast pretty soon.
Yeah,
big
yeah.
one.
There you go. What's it going to be called? Nicole Tran.
Fun with Nicole
podcast?
Tran.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll
A
look for that.
celebrity podcast.
Oh,
There it
yeah?
is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll have Gary on it
Yeah.
since he's a big celebrity.
Yeah.
You know.
I like how it's just utter silent right now. Just no.
She's like,
so very awkward.
She's like, that's not what I was thinking.
Let's see who else
but
I can get. Yeah. See who else. Appreciate it.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
All
Not
right. Well,
funny.
guys, thank you for coming
Thank
down
you,
here. I know
Doug.
we got to
No,
wrap this up.
my podcast is about cooking.
Cooking. Okay.
Yeah,
you're gonna cook
cooking,
on it?
Asian
Okay.
food.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
We'll all come eat
And,
on it. Yeah.
You
yeah.
should call it Cooking with Gas and then the ASS.
And then the groundlings already have a
And
show
then I
called
dress in
that.
blonde wig and talk.
Oh,
Google.
okay. All right. All right. Well, guys, follow Nicole Tran and Gary Cannon on social media. Make sure you check out their shows. They're performing all over the place.
That's right.
And guys, don't forget to follow the podcast on Instagram at Basshole Show. And we'll see you again soon. Remember, BlueChew. Yes. Make sure you get your BlueChew. And remember, don't be a basshole. But if you are, laugh about it. Ciao.